Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and let's start with part 2 of this journey to nursing school. Yes, part 2. Like I said, I started Broward College in 2014. 10 years later. Isn't that 10? Yeah, 10 years later from 2004. 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10 years later, I had to get it right. 10 years later. And when I was doing GED, right? When I was doing GED, people thought that while I was doing GED, like I was already in nursing program, people thought GED was like I was already in college. So every time I would go home, people would say, "How far you are now, Lissa? How far you is now, Lissa?" And y'all used to be annoying because I'm here trying to ask God, like, if this is the right pathway for me, and y'all come asking me, y'all been asking me how much longer you got. Time now, I ain't even start college yet. I ain't even in the nursing program yet. And some people thought the GED thing was like I had already start nursing school or whatever. But Bahamians, y'all didn't know. Y'all didn't know. That's why I'm here to tell you guys. So y'all didn't know. So here I am, start Broward College now in 2014 because like I said, I wanted to make money, and I'm here thinking I have all of the money in the world. Ha ha! All of the money in the world. That money went by so fast, honey. So fast. So I still had to end up depending on people. Depending on people. And so money don't last. Money don't last. So that money went by so fast. But God is good. God is good. I had my little car. I was blessed with that little car. I didn't pay for it. Someone blessed me with that car. And so I had a ride to go to school. And so Broward College, I start doing all my prerequisites. I started to do all my prerequisites that I needed to get in order to get into the nursing program. So that's supposed to be 2 years, and then 2 years for the nursing program. So in total, it's supposed to be 4 years in total. So I'm going good, trying to get this college thing, like, get used to it, get used to Fort Lauderdale and all of that, get used to the people, because first when I got here, I used to tell people good morning and people never used to open their mouth. I used to be like, what's going on? Listen, but hey, and then walking on Broward College, like some of the students that went there, oh my God, they used to look at me weird. And I'm this person, I don't even know how I get talking this much. Like I never used to talk this much. And I'm talking so much nowadays. It's like, God, do something to my lips, or like, because I never used to talk a lot. I used to be a very shy girl. But I'm not shy anymore, y'all. As you can see, I'm not shy. I love to talk. People think that I don't. People would see me and they would think that this is a little quiet little girl because they see me sit down and be quiet. But I love to talk or whatever. So I'm doing all my prerequisites in Broward, getting all the classes that I need in order to enter into the nursing program. And this went on about 1.5 years. I was getting good grades and all of that. I used to study so hard. My family used to think, like, what in the world? Like, when they come over, I would go to the library for hours because the house used to be full with all of my aunties and cousins and friends, and everyone used to be here. And so I had to like dip out and and go to the library for hours and hours and hours or whatever to study and stuff, because I wanted to be successful, and so I never took anything lightly at that point. Like I said, I was getting my life together. I was ready. So after that, I got all my classes that I needed to get into the program. And so I applied for Broward College nursing program. I got in. I took like the test, the entrance test and all of that to get in, and I got in. Got in now. Um got in, and then there was this one test that was so hard. Look what I did. I withdrew from that class. I withdrew from the class, and after I withdrew from the class time, now I'm an international student, and I'm not even supposed to do that. If I do that, I'm supposed to replace the class with another class. I didn't know that. Time now. So some people called me pertaining to that, and they was like, oh, you can't do that. I was like, ooh. So international students, listen, we go through a lot here in other countries or whatever. So I had to get that straightened out or whatever. But it wasn't anything difficult. They just put it as my summer days off or whatever. So that was like, I took off like a whole summer. A whole summer I took off. So that was like minus what? 3 months or something like that, I think. So I was not in school that whole time. What was I doing? I can't even remember what I was doing in the meantime. So, and then I went back into the nursing program. I passed that process, went into process 2, and boom, something hit me again. And I I went through from that class again because I didn't want to fail. I'm like, I'm not failing, because if I fail, it's gonna come up on my transcript, and no. So I went through from that class. I'm like, okay, let me finish up the other classes, because I only take the classes in order to get into the nursing program. I didn't take all of the classes to get my AA, Associate's Degrees in Arts or whatever. So I'm like, let me just put that nursing thing on the side, because it was hard. I said, let me put this nursing thing on the side and let me finish these 2. I only had like 2 or 3 classes to do in order to get my AA. So that's what I did. I went back and I would completed those classes in order to get my AA. And that's when I graduated with my AA degree, in science. And that was that. So after all of that now, I feel, a little hype or whatever. I can do this. So I went back into the nursing program. This is the 3rd time, right? This is the 3rd time, back and forth, right? Yes, it is. So I went back into the program, okay? You can't tell me this wasn't it. And with everything else going on in my life, but I'm just telling you school things right now. So went back into the nursing program. Started off with process 2. We have to do this math problem, these math like dosage calculations. And here come, we have to get all 10 right or 9 right. So I got 8 right. And if you don't get all right, you can't further on into the program. So it was like 40 of us got this one question wrong. 40 of us get this one question wrong or whatever. So it was kind of like the professor's fault, but she wasn't hearing anything from us. Everyone was like, oh, let's go. We need to say something about it or whatever. And because I was already stressed out and I was tired of Broward College and I was already going back and forth, I wasn't even listening to anybody. I wasn't listening to them. We had a second try. We have 2 tries. We had a second try. But me, I'm like, I'm done. The people around me, like the students or whatever, they was like, oh, Melissa, let's give it another try. At least we have a second try. I'm like, no. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done. And they were like, no, let's go. We need to go talk to Professor. Listen, I packed my stuff up that same day and I left. And my aunt was here. Trish was here. And I came home and I told her the story and she was like, no, why you leave? I said, Trish, I tired. I gonna look for another school. I gonna look for another school. And she was like, oh, that money going down the drain. That money going down the drain. I say, Trish, don't worry about it. I say, I'm done with Broward College or whatever. She's like, well, and you say you have another chance. Why you don't take it again? I was like, no, I wasn't listening to anybody, okay? My time for Broward College was done. I had a good time there, but my time for Broward College was done. So anyway, I took another, I don't know how much months, another 3 months off or more, 3 months off from school. And Trish was there, so she needed help. And I actually took that time off in the right time because I could have like helped her with stuff and stuff like that. And so it all worked out really well. It all worked out really, really well. I was very stressed out. Like, listen, I know what stress is all about. I know what stress is all about. Like, I never felt so stressed out in my life because I thought, like, now I got to start looking for schools all over again and doing all these paperworks all over again and doing everything all over again. So I started looking for schools everywhere. Miami, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, every nursing school you can think of. I looked it up. I drove to Miami. I did whatever it takes to look up for a school to go to. And someone visited Trish while we were here at the house, and someone actually spoke into my life right then and there, I'll tell y'all. And the person said, I see you trying to make a decision, but God is gonna work things out. I was like, I knew that was true. I had all kind of decisions to make. And so one of my friends went to South University, big up to South University. And she was telling me about this school. And so I went down there. I applied to that school. And before I applied to that school, I went on Facebook. And there was this lady talking about, oh, sometimes God is going to reroute you in order to get to your final destination. It's like she was speaking directly to me. She was like, no matter what you're going through right now, God is rerouting you in order to get to your final destination. Listen, that word right there, and it's like, that was for me, okay? So anyways, this is the end of part 2 with Broward College. Y'all celebrate with me because, listen, I am so excited. This has been a long time coming. I'm telling you, this has been a long time coming. And you know what God said to me? I actually started in 2014 because the GED thing was just, it was high school. It was high school. The GED was just high school. But I actually started in 2014. 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 7 years. And God said to me, Melissa, this is your year of completion. Completion. 7 is what? Complete. 7 means you're done, you're completed. And that's what God told me in my spirit. And I was so happy. Yes, it took me a long time. And I couldn't figure it out. But God figured it out. God was directing me and I didn't even know. So stay tuned to part 3. Part 3 might be emotional because I went through a lot. So stay tuned for part 3 for South University. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you so much. Bye.